What's happening, guys? Picked up a new daily. Got myself a little 123D. God, it's a shed. Wait until you see it. Managed to find it pretty cheap. It's done very high miles, 240,000 miles. And it needs quite a bit of work. But sold the 3 Series, needed to get something else. This came up and it was right around the corner from my house. So I thought, not had one of them before. Let's see what it's about. Obviously not the best example to see what it's about, but these are more fun when you never know what's going to happen. Biggest issue with this one so far, it needs a slave cylinder. It picks and chooses when it wants to go into gear. Flywheel rattles. It's not fun. So I'll be changing the clutch, changing the flywheel, changing the slave cylinder. That's first on the list. Apart from that, little things here and there. Need some cosmetic things. Not too bothered. It is again just a daily. But my days, whoever had this beforehand, they were into some tacky modifications. It was covered in M badges. M badges everywhere on a diesel. Retarded. Not a fan. It's got DPF delete, EGR delete, and a straight through system, which I'm not sure how I feel about it. It makes a lot of noise. It's quick, don't get me wrong, it is quick, but it's not fantastic. I reckon it needs a little bit of work. So maybe once the clutch and that is all changed, it might be able to put the power down a little bit better. It is apparently pushing 260 horsepower, which is believable because with just a remap, these do put out around that figure. So I mean, it could be pushing 260, but my god, it does not feel like it is. Yeah, I mean, it's got a good spec as well. It's got full leathers, heated leathers. It's got really nice wooden trim, which I'll show you guys once we've stopped and once we've gotten to the EG. But yeah, it needs some work, needs some love. We'll give it some love, and then have a nice wee 123D to cut about. And yeah, we'll catch up with you guys when we're with the EG. Here we go. This is the 123D. It's a bit rough. So I have no idea who had this before me. It's had quite a few previous owners. It's done 240,000 miles. It's been put through its paces. But obviously at some point someone who owned this had a very tacky taste in modifications, and he's put these M Performance replica wheels on it, which, don't get me wrong, I like these wheels, but I like them in the right size and on the right car. They do not, I just don't think they suit this period of car. Some people will obviously disagree, they'll think it looks great, but for me, not a fan. M badges, black grills, no, just please no. It's obviously had some sort of a front end bang, and that was pretty recent because the plastic trims for this bumper are actually sitting in the boot, and this stuff drives me insane when cars are missing the little simple things like that. Got condensation in both of these fog lights. This one is rusty, and it's obviously got a pool of water in it. So yeah, these things need changed. More M badges, obviously the same on the other side. M Performance, ridiculous. Worst thing was, over here, I don't know if you can guess what that was. Same on this side. So those were Range Rover vents. You know, like the ones you get off of a supercharged Range Rover? They were stuck to the front bonnet, and yeah, I had to rip them off. I think I drove the car home at night so that no one could see me. I parked it outside the house. I just never drove it. I didn't touch the car because I was like, there's no chance I was driving it with Range Rover vents on the bonnet. It's just disgusting. So yeah, rip them off. Need to still get off those other M badges, those M performance stickers. Back here, it had another wee M badge down there. Managed to get that one off pretty easy. It's obviously had a pretty nasty scuff back there. Typical stuff here. That's a lot of years worth of use, a lot of miles worth of use. This is the exhaust that I was kind of talking about. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm really not sure. Yeah, I like these things looking a wee bit standard, but I kind of like it, but I don't want to like it. These wheels are going to go. I'm going to put this thing back, hopefully put it back on the standard style 208s that the 123s usually come on. Other than that, I mean, inside the car's actually pretty nice. So if you look in here, it's got full leathers, heated seats, it's a manual, obviously M Sport steering wheel, which is in a pretty tatty state. I love this trim. I love that. It's a very rare trim. You don't see it in a lot of these. And also this thing being a 3-door, I think the 3 doors look a hell of a lot better. But yeah, you've got decent spec in here. You've got the phone cradle. It's probably never ever been used. But yeah, you've got Bluetooth and stuff. So it's a pretty decent spec little 123D. But we'll fix it up. I'll use it for a few months. If someone offers me money for it, I'll sell it. But just need to get it looking right, running right, driving right, get that clutch sorted, gearbox sorted. I'll probably replace the front bumper, so I think I'll get a brand new unit, because you can get a full complete bumper. That way I'll get the bumper, the grills, the fog lights and the kidney grills as well. So that's just all of that done, and I'll probably just replace this rear bumper. You can sell, I'll sell these for the front and rear bumper on just cheap, get a little bit of money back that way. We'll get rid of these wheels, get some nice standard looking wheels back on it, and just have it looking a wee bit cleaner, but nice and tidy. Because right now it's just rough and it's a mess. But anyway, now that that's out of the way, back to the EG. Forgot that I need to let you guys hear what it sounds like. Can't tell you it's got a straight through and then not give you a wee sound check. So let me know what you think. Like I said, it's rough. She sounds rough, runs a little rough. Don't know how I feel about the sound. Might change it, might not. Time will tell. So we've got the EG Accord Type R front calipers back. So the pistons are out of them. So we'll crack on with the rebuild, get these things done. I've already taken the seals out of one of them, just so that I knew kind of how they work, how they fit in and stuff. So there's only actually 2 rubber seals. There's one that sits against the piston, and then there's the actual dust boot. That's the one that's difficult to get out. So if you look here, so get some light in it. So the seals sit, one of them sits in here. Right, that's the easy one to get out. That's not a struggle at all. The other one, it sits in this groove. That is very difficult to get out. You'll end up just totally destroying the seal, but if you're changing it, then who cares? But if you look around here, so there's like a whole load of rust and stuff that kind of grips it, holds it, which is why it makes it difficult to come out. But yeah, so once you've done this, once you've got that out, you kind of want to just clean as much of it out as you can, get as much out of there as possible. So I'm going to crack on, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the seals out of this side out, and then we'll fit the new seals and the new pistons, and this one will be done. On to the next one. As always, nothing really goes to plan. So managed to get those seals out. The other one was actually really easy, so that just popped out. However, the biggest issue with rebuilding calipers is reseating the pistons and getting the seal around the piston. So what you've got here is you've got this. I'm not going to touch the outside of it because it's covered in grease. But you want to kind of get the seal in this groove here. That's the difficult thing. Getting the seal in the caliper is not that hard. Getting it in that little groove that's there is not that difficult. But getting that piston in is where it becomes a bit of a struggle. I've done this before and it's ended up working out pretty well for me, which is why I wanted to give these a shot again. However, when I looked a little closer, I've realised that this caliper is actually a little bit messed up. So, no, that's clearly visible. So if you can see it here, that's like a total flat spot there. Now that's actually the one that was seized as well. So, I mean, we did manage to get that piston out, and I thought, given that we got it out, there must be a way that we can get the other one back in. However, it did put up quite a fight. So, I am thinking that, given the condition of this caliper, better off just buying new ones. So, yeah. I don't think that's fixable. At least I can't fix it. So, because of that, we gave it a shot. Wasted money on a rebuild kit, but I mean, we got the other one done. It's just this one that's causing the issue. But I don't know if it's just me, but I don't like the idea of having a brand new caliper on one side and an old and crusty one on the other side. So I'm probably just going to buy 2 new calipers. Got a bit of space in front of us. I guess it's alright. I think that's why I kind of like the exhaust, is I like cars that have a little bit of drama. This thing definitely has drama. That's also why I find diesel cars quite boring, is because that's what they seem to lack. They lack the soul. You might find the guys that are happy just with feeling a wee bit of torque here and there, and that's enough to keep them going. But for me, that's just not the case. There's always that something missing. Yeah. I don't know, with this exhaust it seems like it's got a little bit of that. Obviously it's not totally there. I mean, how good is a 4-pot diesel gonna sound? But it's enough to kind of give you that little extra sense while you're driving. I've had quick diesels. I had a nice F30 330D. That thing was pretty cool. I had that mapped, DPF deleted, all the rest, etc. But the thing is I just found it so boring. I was running 320 brake, 640 Newton meters of torque. It wasn't a car that just sat about. It was definitely one that shifted. But my days, well, go into gear. There we go. Right. So, as I was saying, I mean, they're fun. They're good fun, but they're just, there's something about a petrol engine with a nice sound that you just can't beat. Yeah. But I don't know what I'm feeling with this exhaust. I'm probably just gonna keep it. At least for me, it adds that little extra element of enjoyment to driving. Right, well, since today was obviously pretty unproductive, I thought I'd show you what I've got already. So what I got in from Tacky this week, some sort of engine bay dress up bolts, just the standard. I want everything to be pretty subtle, so I didn't want red everywhere. I just want red in just tiny places where it should be. Calipers, seats, rocker cover, that's enough. I don't want more than that. So I just went with black. I thought black would look really nice and tidy and just simple. So I made sure I went with the black fitting, well, black screws as well. On top of that, we've got our Ferrodo DS 2500 pads. Now, I've actually never ran these on a car before, so I wasn't too sure what they looked like, but they've actually got a really cool compound in there. So it's not like what I've seen on other pads, but there's like some sort of like goldy brass kind of stuff in here, which is pretty cool. Obviously got the split in the middle to allow for like heat expansion and stuff. Stops them from sort of cracking under constant use. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how they perform and what they're like on the car. Decided to go for the Goodrich braided lines. There were two options, so you could get these. In fact, you can get them in pretty much any colour here. From Tacky, when I had a look, they said that they were only available in black or clear. I chose to go with clear because I'm really glad I did, because these look pretty cool. I just thought I would break things up a wee bit in the wheel wells. So look at them. They're impressive. They're really cool. Really high quality stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these are as well, because the last time I used HELs, and the HELs were brilliant as well, but I wanted to try something a bit new, a bit different. I've used the Goodrich braided clutch line the last time, and that I was not impressed with because it split, which was totally unusual, unheard of. Like, I couldn't believe it, but it was started spraying out from between the sort of braided steel reinforcement for the pipe. I have no idea what happened to it, but it is what it is. It ended up having me stranded. I had to drive home, all the way home with no clutch, which was great fun because I couldn't stop the car. So few red lights were ran that day, but it was all part of the fun. Yeah, so that's what I've got at the moment. Of course, I don't know why I'm a sucker for stickers. I love stickers. So I've got some Ferrodo stickers, Goodrich stickers. This is a really cool sticker sheet. I don't know why. I really enjoy this stuff. I don't know where I'll put it. I'm not planning on having ridiculous number of stickers on the outside of the car, so I want them to be somewhere where I can actually go a bit nuts with stickers, where it's not going to be in your face. Maybe on the bottom of the engine, of the bonnet or something like that. Not entirely sure. So I'm going to crack on with some editing. We'll see how this video turns out. But cheers for sticking about. Peace out. On to the next one.